Hey guys, we're on our way to one of the Gree Flexx systems that I installed probably, it's been a little over a year ago. He said it has not been keeping up, so it sounds like it's running, but it's when it's hot, the temperature rises. So come with me, we're gonna go diagnose a Gree Flexx. Here we go.
You know it's not 90 degrees.
Yeah, well let's go upstairs and take a look at it first.
Because down here I keep this one at 74 and try to balance the house a little.
Yes, sir.
Because obviously you guys.
I don't know who does your yard, but they do a good job. You do that?
Yeah, I'm about to get on it as soon as you get out of here. That was the drop down first. I tear it all down with all the hedges and do all the lineup, then come back and really get to it.
Okay.
So we're holding a 72 fine right now.
All right, 72, 72.
I just changed the filter again.
I'm gonna turn this down a little bit, just to, maybe not that much. And but so I can check it outside, check pressures and all that.
Yeah. What are most people running it at right now?
72 to 78. Somewhere in between there is what most people do.
We'll have nosebleeds.
That one's for downstairs. And this is his upstairs system. Oh, this is basically a 3 that we were able to program to be more like a 2. Forgive me if that wind noise is causing problems. Nope, not that one. I'm sorry if y'all can't see what I'm doing. I would use a wider angle lens, but it gives it that fisheye look, and that bothers some people. So I use a normal lens, just a plain flat lens on the outside of this GoPro, what they come with. Alright, up here, let me try to show you. It just says on. I do not have any error code. Alright, let's get some gauges on this thing. Starting to ramp up a little bit. On these Grees, they run off a 24-volt system, legacy wiring, just like a regular heat pump. All right, starting to slow down a little bit. Now this is not a typical mini split system. In other words, this is a true liquid line. The metering device, they actually do have a metering device out here, but it's only to add subcooling to the liquid line. The real metering device is inside. It's going to have a TXV on the inside. All right, let's check this. Just a little bit dirty. I'm glad he let me come out today because yesterday it was pouring rain. I actually had an appointment with him yesterday. Look at those pressures. All right, when that ramps up, that may go a little higher and that may go a little bit lower. All right, we're ramping up a little bit. Suction's going down. Head pressure's going up. Service manual. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Forced operation control. It says press and hold SW1 for about 5 seconds. Enter the first level menu, debugging mode, outdoor unit, mainboard LED flashes. Under first level menu, short press SW to switch to various functions. All right, after switching, I can't see anything. Switching to 09, short press SW2 or SW3 to enter forced operation control mode. 01 denotes that turn on the forced operation cooling mode. 02, the forced operation mode is turned off. All right, we need 01. All right, wait till it flashes. Short press till you get to 9, and then short press SW2 or 3 off. We need it to be on 1. That means that forced operation is on. Okay, so I can't get my phone to get any brighter right now. It's malfunctioning, but pressures are 319 over 112. Subcooling 4, superheat 32. That didn't last very long, but that does tell me it's a little bit low. Okay, so I can't get my phone to get any brighter right now. It's malfunctioning, but pressures are 319 over 112. Subcooling 4, superheat 32. That didn't last very long, but that does tell me it's a little bit low. All right, let's go up top. All right, where can I sit? that needs to be insulated. I have to get over here. Hope I can sit on that. In really hot attics, sometimes like this one, this right here is not ventilated. Okay, I found a little bit of water in here, so I think we need to clean the drain. Let's see if I can get this. All right, I've sprayed all that down with this Cal Blue by New Cal Gun. I was not expecting to see this. I'm gonna show you. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that joint right there is just slightly bubbling. I don't know if this camera can focus that close, but I have an ever so slow leak right there. Back off a little bit, see if y'all can see that. All right, if I cannot tighten this up enough to stop it just by tightening it, I'm gonna have to redo the whole connection, and that's a lot more complicated. It's already tight. My word. Whew, that is already tight. I got it to turn a little bit. But it's still leaking. I can see it. Try one more time. Nope. I'm gonna see if y'all can see this. You see that? Y'all might just be able to see movement, but it is very slowly emitting tiny little bubbles. All right. We're ramping up right now. I'm at 312, 313 over 123. I'm just charging him to get him through for the next couple of days, because I'm gonna come back in the early morning. Turn these off. I just want to get the refrigerant out my hoses. All right. All right, this tank was the only one I had that still had a vacuum on it. That's why you see my 50-pound tank. All right, let's see here. We're gonna open these. Make sure that's still turned off. I want to weigh what comes out. Forgive me guys, my hips cramping. There we go. All right, zero that out. All right, the first thing to do, I think, is just bleed my lines. All right, something's not on. On, okay. Put this on recover. Bleed my lines. All right, now open it up. Somehow I don't think there's going to be a lot in it. Even though I thought I had it fully charged, he said it still never worked. All right, here we go. Forgive me if this is noisy, but the nameplate says it holds 9.3 pounds. So that's about 149 ounces. And I still got a little ways to go. All right, that's what I ended up with, 128.5 ounces. So it was low, but that shouldn't have been low enough to keep it from cooling. This can do up to 3 tons. And I looked at my dip switches. I'm gonna try to show you. My dip switches are set for 3 ton. I ended up leaving it on 3 ton when I installed it. At least I thought I had put it on 2 ton, but this is a 3 ton in what's probably just over a 2 ton space. I left it like that because it's variable speed. So with the refrigerant I had, that should have been enough to make it cool. That's why I suspected that drain. I also suspected that drain because of the water I found in the float switch yesterday. Uh-oh. Now I know I didn't have any pressure outside, so that can't be much. Alright. It did recover some pressure, but there wasn't much refrigerant left in it. Just vapor. Come on. That flare look bad. It's got some scratches on it. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's just redo it to be sure. There we go. Alright, I'm gonna try something. I'm not gonna deburr it because sometimes these little marks that you see on the edge and on the inside, these little what look like scratches, oftentimes come from deburring. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that edge right there is all scratched up and boogered. It's not flat. don't know if y'all can see that, but that thing is all scratched up. Look at that. I gotta do it again. Alright, y'all see that? If y'all can't see that, there's major scratches in that. And I found pieces of copper. I found pieces of copper in here. So I'm gonna lightly deburr this, like with a pocket knife, because I don't want to touch the inside wall. And we're gonna try again. Y'all see I'm doing my best not to touch the inside of that copper. I gotta back this out. Forgive me. I ran it in so I could get those little pieces of copper out. Let's say a little more. Oh, that looks much better. Oh, this nice, clean inner flange. Yes, that looks perfect. Guys, you have to start these by hand. If you try to thread them with a wrench, you're gonna make a mistake. motor 7 to 75 Newton meters. Let's see, what am I reading right now? That's 30. Let's do 72.5. My wrench isn't opening enough. I need to take a grinder to this side right here. Let me work on this. Come on. I can't get my wrench in there. I'm literally peeling layers off the flare nut. Come on. Close. Let me see if I can. Whew. Nope. Alright. Thing is, I know I'm close. All right. We're back outside and all right, that can't be right. All right. Why is it not letting me put any pressure in? Am I doing something wrong here? Not quite understanding what's going on here. All right, open. This is open. These are open. Turn this on. Test. I do not know why I'm not getting pressure in the system. And it's happening on both hoses. About got to be this right here. There's something wrong. Lovely. Look at this. I have pressure. There we go. What in the world was wrong with this thing? That's never happened to me before. Okay, I'm building pressure in this system. All right, let's see what it goes to when I valve it off. 287, 286. I don't know if that's settling out or if it's dropping. If it's dropping that fast, we got a problem. if y'all can see that. There's no bubbles. We're good. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to be using my favorite vacuum pump just because of the performance and the way it works. And there's a bonus for using this pump. It is made in the US of A. Not many can say that. Alright, the truth is it's very hard to pull a vacuum on these because I cannot get a core remover on it. At least I don't think I can. I did not try. And that caused, I was actually only pulling from one side. One side wasn't even making a connection. I was only pulling through this side. And that's why it was taking so long. But I got it, I straightened it out. Got my vacuum pulled, and now I'm charging. I'm weighing in my charge. All right, I'm just finishing. Got all my refrigerant out of that recovery drum, so I only needed just like 10 ounces, 20 ounces. And forgive me, my scale flaked out. It's like the reader stopped reading, but it was still pumping refrigerant in. So I knew that I had put in about 128 ounces. I just can't measure what I'm putting in now. So I'm doing it very slowly. I put it in the charge mode or continuous run mode, and we're charging it slowly. As you see, I am really close. We're gonna add just a little bit more. All right, this thing is settling out. I have 5 degrees subcooling, 30 degrees superheat. My head pressure is 346, suction 126. I got half a mind to leave it because I don't know exactly how much we're putting in. I'm gonna leave it like this. If we have any troubles, it's just so hot upstairs right now. That superheat may be a good superheat because it's over 80 degrees up there. And it's like, if you look at this, when I'm on top of that metal surface, it says it's 100 degrees. It's hot. I might not be a smart man, but I know when it's hot. All right, guys, so in that job, there were a lot of things that went wrong. I had a lot of trouble pulling the vacuum because my adapters, for some reason, just weren't allowing pressure to go through, and I was pulling the vacuum on just one side. I even hooked up 2 vacuum pumps there for a little while. And then my scale, it's like the little monitor on the scale, it stopped at like 60 ounces, but my drum emptied. So it wasn't the batteries, but the scale, it didn't move anymore. So I had a lot of things go wrong, but that customer's happy and he's cooling, and that leak is fixed. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, how about like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.